What's up? I'm Jad T. Jones. How do you get back in the game if you've been out for a while? This workshop is going to show you how. This 4-day workshop is called The Comeback. This is your comeback back into the game and back into the highest and most attractive version of yourself as a man. Let's do a quick recap before we get into today's topic. In day 1, we talked about accepting the challenge of the game and embracing that challenge. In day 2, we talked about how to get our style and our fitness and our image ready to get back into the game so that we come in as an attractive man. Today, in day 3, what we're going to talk about is something called embracing the suck. Okay, embracing the suck, which means what? If you've been out of the game, you're going to be rusty. You're going to suck. And so a big thing that's holding you back from getting back into the game, back into talking to women, is you're just like, well, I'm probably going to look foolish. I'm going to be clumsy. I'm going to be awkward. And I don't really want to go through that. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. The only way there is through. The only way there is through. What does that mean? You want to get there, okay? There is you with your dream woman, with a woman you're insanely attracted to, okay? And you're out of the game, so you're here. The only way there is through, which means a lot of us, when we want to get what we want the thing without paying the price, without the failure, the working on ourselves, the rejection, the valley of doom. Let's just put it on the same plane here, okay? The only way there is through. Through what? Through the suck, okay? If you want to get your dream girl, you want to get back into this game, you have to first, before you can move into action, you first need to move into acceptance. Before you can move into action, you first need to move into surrender, okay? So what do you need to surrender to before you can get your dream girl? You need to surrender to the fact that you are out of practice, okay? That's something you just gotta accept. And all of us, when we're out of practice and then we go out there to socialize again, we're gonna be rusty, we're going to be a bit insecure, we're going to be a bit awkward, and we're just not going to perform at that optimal level. So, what stops a lot of guys is they're trying to skip over the suck part, okay? They're wanting to go back into the game and be cool and smooth and successful and attractive and all that stuff without sucking, without looking like a fool. Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. That's not going to work. That's not going to work for multiple reasons. Reason number 1. If you have the intention of like, okay, well, I'm going to go out, but I'm not going to get too far outside my comfort zone. I'm unwilling to look foolish or risk looking stupid or risk rejection. And so what you're going to do is you're going to show up to the party, the club, the coffee shop, wherever, and you're going to be very hesitant. You're going to like, should I go talk to them? Or it's not the right time. Or maybe I'll be bothering them. I'm nervous. If I have nervous energy and I go talk to her, I'm going to weird her out. And maybe right? And so what is all that? All that translates to one thing. I can't go and talk to that girl over there because I'm not ready enough to give a perfect delivery. Okay? So you're wanting to be perfect and cool is what's going to stop you, okay? You've been out of the game. You need to admit and surrender. Hey, I've been out of the game, therefore, right now I suck. That doesn't mean I'm always gonna suck, but for the first few days, few weeks, few months, depending on your previous level, you are gonna suck, okay? So, how do you free yourself back into action, into the game? You adopt a sense of humor, a playful attitude about yourself, and just be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to suck. I'm going to be clumsy. I'm going to fumble over my words. I'm going to be really just terrible the first week, 2 weeks, month, and I surrender to that. Okay? I want you to feel how that feels. Notice how with surrender and total acceptance, a weight is lifted. Okay? A big thing that's stopping you is the million voices in your head saying, approach this way, say this, act dominant, have this body language, do this right and that right. You have a huge list of things you need to do right, and don't mess this up and do that. And that's what's stopping you, your desire for perfection, for perfect execution. But what if we remove all of that and say, hey man, go talk to her and make an ass out of yourself. Hey man, go talk to her and fumble over your words. Hey man, go talk to her and be super awkward. It's okay. You've been out of the game. The only way there is through. So then you say, okay, I get it. I got it. There's no other way. There's no way to cheat this or buy my way out of this. Right now I suck. I accept that I suck right now. Okay. And you go. And you try your best. And sometimes you're going to surprise yourself and you're going to do better than you expected. Other times you're going to surprise yourself and do worse than you expected. Okay? And I laugh from a place of personal recognition. So, this is called the comeback. Part of your comeback requires courage. Okay? In every hero's journey, there is a time when the hero needs to practice courage. Well, getting back into action is one of the places you need to do courage, and surrendering to the suck and the fact that you're gonna suck is also a courageous, strong act. So, do you accept the suck? Are you going to surrender to the fact that, hey, you know what? I'm rusty. I'm going to go talk to these women. I'm probably not going to perform the best, but the only way there is through. The only way for you to get calm and cool and confident and all that stuff and get used to talking to women and being comfortable talking to that cute girl over there or those two cute girls over there is after you've gone through the suck, and then you've gotten that momentum back, you've gotten back into the game, and then you start performing better, and then better, and then better, and then better. Okay? Great quote from William Blake. If a fool I don't remember the exact words, but basically, if a fool shall persist in his folly, he shall become wise. Which means, at first we're all fools, but if we're persistent and we keep going towards the thing we want, we're going to make mistakes, we're going to learn, and we're going to become champions of that area. But make no mistake, every guy you see out there that's good with women, he went through the suck phase. He accepted that he sucks and that he's gonna suck for a while and then he's gonna get better. So what's stopping you is this lack of acceptance. You can't buy your way around it. You can't fly over it. You can't go under it. You can't buy your way. The only way there is through. The only way there is through. I want you to burn that in your mind. The only way there is through. Right now you're procrastinating, you're avoiding, you're making up creative excuses why, you know what, I'm just going to focus on my career right now and maybe next year I'll get this handled. You're lying to yourself, okay? That's just creative procrastination. You're scared to face the fact that you need to go there, crash and burn, look awkward, all that stuff in order to get where you want to go. Well, this game is not for the coward. This game is for the brave. This game is for the powerful man. The most powerful thing you can do is say, even though I'm not ready, here we go. That's what you got to do. Ready or not, here we come. Now, I know that approaching women for some men is just crippling. It paralyzes you, and no matter what you do, your mind always defeats you. No matter how hard you try and you say, okay, I'm going to go and approach women, and even though I'm going to crash and burn, and you still can't go, in that case, what I would recommend is mentorship. I offer mentorship online as well as in person. All you need to do is reach out to me by clicking this link, and we can talk and I can help you out, just like I helped all these guys. These are guys that I've coached who previously were stuck, and now they have freedom and abundance with women, and they've sent me these pictures of them happy with women. Also myself, I was paralyzed with fear and I struggled with this thing for so long, and fast forward, now I'm with my dream girl. So those guys could do it. I could do it. So you could do it too. All right. So if you need mentorship, if your brain just keeps getting in your way and you're just paralyzed and you've been paralyzed with fear for years, then reach out to me. I have specific programs and frameworks to help you get unstuck, get over that fear, so you can go and approach any woman, anytime, any place, no matter how hot she is. Okay, so you can click that link, go schedule a free call, and we can talk where I can help you out with this. The next concept I want to talk about is called Bubble Boy. Okay, Bubble Boy means what it sounds like, a boy who lives in a bubble. If you just think about Bubble Boy, what do you automatically know about him or assume about him? He's very fragile. He's very delicate. He's, separated from the world. He doesn't really have much experience. He's not really tough or strong. He's not a tested man. He's in his little safe bubble, right? Well, you need to watch out that you're not being a bubble boy. In this day and age of technology, it is very easy for you to hide inside your own bubble. Even though everyone else doesn't see it and doesn't know it, you're living in your bubble, in your comfort zone, and you rarely ever go out and really challenge yourself. Back to the thing where I said, do you have scars? Do you have battle stories? Have you really crashed and burned super hard in front of a group of women or even in a room? Do you have stories after story after story of walking up to women, getting rejected, going up to women, getting rejected? Do you have these stories? Or are all your stories bubble boy stories? What you did online, what you did while playing video games, what you did behind your computer or your mobile device. Okay, comfort zone, comfort zone, comfort zone. Be careful that you're not too much of a bubble boy, because if you're living as a bubble boy, then when women meet you, they're going to feel that softness. They're going to feel, this guy really isn't out in the world. Okay. Another angle to describe bubble boy is bubble boy doesn't really socialize that much. How much are you really socializing? I'm not talking even about seduction. How much do you really socialize on a regular basis? Again, in this society, in this day and age, unfortunately, sad to say, most guys don't even socialize. They just go to the gym, work, home, click, 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 swipe, 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 and that's it. Very little interaction. You need to understand every day that goes by that you're not meeting new people, practicing your social skills in person, not online, in person, you're getting stronger, tougher, more socially savvy. And then when you meet women, they're going to feel like, okay, this guy's in the world, part of the world. You got to live more like a warrior, less like a bubble boy. Okay? So again, if you're stuck in your bubble and you need help getting out of your bubble, I've got your back. Go to collegead.com, schedule a call. Let's give you a comeback. Okay? Is this the life your younger self pictured for you? If your 13, 14, 15-year-old self looked at you today, would he be proud? Or would he be like, oh my God, I grew up to be a bubble boy? Oh my God, what my future self spends all this time alone behind a computer and a mobile device and playing video games and never talking to anyone? Oh my God, what's wrong? Right? That's not your truth. Now, I'm not dissing you if you're a gamer or whatever. It's cool, man. But where's the balance? Do you have balance? Or are you hiding? The truth is, most men these days who have social anxiety are using electronic world, let's say, to hide. Okay? Even when guys are socializing, you see a lot of this these days. People are in a group, but then what is that? The phone is people's new blankie. You know what babies, they're like scared. They're like, when they're scared, they get their blankie, right? They get their blankie. Well, adults, what they do is they get their phone. Oh, social, oh, nobody in the group's talking to me. Let me pretend like I'm on my phone when I'm really not. Okay, you guys see that all the time. You probably even do it sometimes. You got to harden yourself up. You got to toughen yourself up. Getting women means you got to be a tougher, harder motherfucker. The only way you're going to get tough and hard is to break through that fear, go take action, and mess up over and over and over. It is the mistakes that are going to make you stronger. Stop. You have the wrong dream if your dream is to go out there, perform perfectly with women, never crash and burn, and not go through that swamp of sucking, and being terrible. If you're not going through that swamp of being terrible, when you come out the other end, you're just going to be weak, right? Let's take another analogy. Think of a child who's born into a billionaire family. Well, if everything's given to this kid and they don't really force him to, really challenge himself, you'll meet him when he's 20, 30, 40, and he'll be just like this weak-ass person, right? Because he didn't have any real challenge because he was sheltered and he hid behind his money. Now, I'm not saying there are a lot of rich kids who don't, who aren't soft because they go out into the world, right? But that's just an analogy. So get out of your bubble. Make sure you're not being a bubble boy. Go face challenge. Go jump headfirst into adversity. Go jump headfirst into embarrassment. Okay? Because that's the only way you're going to build your character. One of my favorite lines from the movie Fight Club: how much can you really know yourself if you've never been in a fight? How can you really know yourself if you've never been in a fight? Meaning, the only way I can know myself is if I'm thoroughly tested. You have not been thoroughly tested. That's why you have a weakness of character. And that's why women are not as attracted to you as they are to the other guy, because the other guy is tested. Another word for tested is that other guy went through a lot more failures than you did. Great quote. While one man hesitates because he feels inferior, the other man is busy making mistakes and becoming superior. While one man hesitates because he feels inferior, the other man is busy making mistakes and becoming superior. You got to start being that second man. You need to start making more mistakes. Your dream shouldn't be, how do I get this in a shortcut, easy way? No, your dream should be, how can I make more mistakes than the next guy so I'm more powerful and have a stronger character than the next guy, and so that I love myself and then women will love me as well. So, action only follows surrender. Action only follows total acceptance. What do you need to accept in order to free yourself into action? That you're gonna absolutely suck for a little while. Okay? Have a sense of humor about it. Don't take yourself too seriously. Don't take the game too seriously. Don't take women too seriously. Go out there, surrender to just sucking for a while. Go out there, crash and burn, learn, and I promise you that will lead you ultimately to getting where you want to go. The comeback is about practicing courage. Part of courage is just having the courage to go out there and take action, to go out there and take imperfect action. If you have such a fear that's stopping you that you're not even able to take that first step, go to calljad.com, schedule a call with me, and I would love to support you in this journey. This concludes day 3 of 4 of the comeback. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to come back, to get back into this game. You deserve it. Give yourself this gift. Stop waiting. Life, you can't get your time back. Now is the day you need to make your comeback and go get what's yours.